Yes, Bitcoin finally broke this major resistance and we broke through the $30,000 level. We reached levels of $30,400, but guys, we could expect some major volatility within the next 24 hours. So we're going to look at the news and also the charts to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. But guys, I want to remind you that yes, not your keys, not your money, just in, banks are closing customer accounts with little explanation. New York Times. And yes guys, the politicians are still laughing, but we'll be the last one laughing. So guys, buy Bitcoin exactly now, and if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, and most importantly activate the bell so that you will stay up to date. Welcome back to B for Crypto, and yes guys, I hope you had a great Easter weekend. We're going to start directly on the daily chart for Bitcoin. And yes guys, as you know, we had this major resistance which was all the way at the levels of $29,000, and we finally broke this level towards the upside, and Bitcoin came all the way up to the levels of $30,400. But guys, we really have to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term, because yes, we're going to get some major news in the next 24 hours, and that will be the CPI data. So guys, at the moment we have a forecast of 5.2%. So this means if we're going to get a higher reading, higher than the 5.2, what is expected from the overall market, we could expect that the markets will see a dump or a consolidation in these areas. But guys, we're going to see some major volatility, because yes, if we're going to get a CPI reading which is lower than the expected 5.2, we could expect that the whole markets will pump towards the upside, and this could give us the signal that Bitcoin will finally reach the $32,000 in the immediate short term. Because yes, if we look at the weekly chart of Bitcoin, then we can see we are clearly in this major resistance area, and we broke this first major resistance zone round about the levels of $29,000. So guys, our next price target is going to be $31,900. So let's say $32,000 for Bitcoin, until we're going to see that Bitcoin will break this major resistance area with the next price target of $33,000 for Bitcoin. But guys, first of all, we have to see what is going to happen from the CPI release. Are we going to get a lower than expected number, or even higher than expected? Because yes guys, this will drive the market, and we could expect some major volatility within the next 24 hours. But guys, let's go on the lower time frames on the 4-hour chart to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. And yes, on the 4-hour chart we can see that Bitcoin was stuck in this range in between the levels of 29,000 and all the way down here at the levels of $27,700, and we perfectly got this bounce in these areas. We broke this downward sloping trend towards the upside, and Bitcoin not even reached this price target from the symmetrical triangle, because if we drag it over exactly from this breakout point, we can see that Bitcoin's price target would be all the way at the levels of $30,900 from this major move, from this breakout. But guys, first of all, we have to see what levels are really going to be important for Bitcoin, and if we're going to see a correction, in which levels will Bitcoin most probably see a bounce. And if we're going to take the Fibonacci retracement level all the way from the swing low all the way to the swing high, then we can see that yes, Bitcoin perfectly bounced off from the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level after we had this massive pump up. So guys, if we zoom in a little bit, then we can see that yes guys, this area is going to be very important, and this is going to be in between the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level and the 38.2. I think that we're most probably going to see a correction in these areas after the CPI release. So yes guys, in the next 24 hours I think that we're most probably going to see a consolidation and a sideways movement with maybe a retest all the way back down to the levels of $29,500. Or maybe we're going to see that Bitcoin will push through, and that we're going to see another leg up before we're going to see a consolidation and a decision from the CPI data. Because guys, the CPI data is going to drive the markets in one way or another, but I think that we're going to get a lower than expected reading, and that we're going to finally see this pump towards the upside. But guys, let's go on the even lower time frames. Let's go on the 15-minute chart of Bitcoin to find out what is Bitcoin doing at the moment. And yes guys, we saw this pump all the way to the levels of $30,400, and then the price of Bitcoin came all the way back down to this very important 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, and we saw this bounce towards the upside. But guys, let's draw the Fibonacci retracement levels all the way from the top all the way to the swing low. Then we can see that yes, At the moment, Bitcoin has some major resistance round about the levels of $30,100, also exactly at the Fibonacci retracement level, the 50%. Maybe we're going to see this retracement all the way back down to the 38.2 until we're going to get the next move up. Because yes guys, we saw this fast move towards the upside, but what is really going to be important is the CPI data. But guys, by the way, I want to remind you that yes guys, buying Bitcoin in these areas would be the best opportunity. And if you want to buy crypto on the spot market, go over to BITGET where you receive a massive deposit bonus if you use my link in the video description below. So guys, if you like this content, smash up the like button and subscribe, and most importantly activate the bell and make sure to be for crypto.